Both were deflections, right?
I believe so. So the first one was a deflection. Frankie Lulu, he tipped the ball on the screen, and I'm rushing the quarterback, and it came right into my lap. So that was a blessing from him. And then the second one, I'm just literally doing my job, and ball comes right to me, the one I'm supposed to do. So being in the right place, right time. I'm not sure. They say that Morgan Fox actually says that it hit the wide receiver. I think that he just missed it and it just fell into my lap.
Were you in coverage on? Did you drop on that play?
I did drop back in coverage on that play.
So are you ready to be on the hands team?
No, ma'am. I'm gonna stick to my position. I'm gonna stick to the defensive line. I don't know about the hands team yet.
That's it. I guess a hell of a way to wrap up your first camp.
It was. Just like I said, a new experience and the new feel of everything. You know, especially playing against a playoff team like the Baltimore Ravens is more high tempo and they're coming out aggressive, and we got to be aggressive too. And being able to make plays against teams like that, it just shows me myself that I got so much that I can give to this game. So.
Do you feel like you're a lot more comfortable in this defense than you were at the start of camp?
I do. I feel a lot more comfortable. I feel like that everything that my coaches preach to me on a daily basis, that I'm getting better and better at every single detail that they tell me to get better at, and so I feel a lot more comfortable since the start of camp.
Did anybody bring you down?
When I got the picks, no. One of the quarterbacks did. I think it was number 2. He tried to tackle me, but they blew the whistle. I didn't want to hurt him, stay off the money. So.
I mean, in real life, because somebody brought you down. I mean, how good of a runner are you?
They didn't do it at Penn State, so I'm not sure.
That was 2 of 5 picks on the day for the defense. What was it about today that you guys were able to perform at that level?
It don't matter what day it is, honestly. We go out there every single day and we try to, our emphasis is turnovers. We try to get takeaways as many as we can. And the offense, they try to work on not giving the ball away. And so we emphasize that every single day when we come out to practice. And today, just another special day for us. We going out there making plays, jumping around and being ourselves, not letting nobody else come into our place and having fun. We were having fun ourselves, and that's what makes our team special.
Dropping back into space, how much fun is that? And did you do that at Iowa at all?
Did I? No. No, not really. Okay, so I wasn't supposed to, but I kind of did. No, for Iowa. Okay. When I was at Iowa, there's a couple times where I'm supposed to be containing the quarterback, but he's not running, so I'm dropping back a little bit, trying to help the DBs and then go get sacks. But dropping back in coverage, it was a lot of fun. I pray for that play every single day, but we finally got it. So. Yeah, the DTs were supposed to drop back, and I was just in the right place at the right time. Coach just made a great call. So.
Who tipped those passes?
Frankie Louvu tipped the first interception, and then the second one, I think the wide receiver just dropped it, I guess, or hit it off his body.
Is that the first time you've ever seen a taunting flag at a practice?
Yeah, but for us, the situation we were in is 2 minutes, and that was the end of the game. Our offense would get the ball back and take a knee anyway, so we don't really care.
How uniquely have these practices against the Colts and Ravens helped you like the other ones might not have?
It's okay. So when you're practicing against your own team, after a while it gets kind of not hereditary, but it gets I forgot how to say it. Yeah, redundant. Basically, it's just the same thing over and over. So once you're going against those new teams, it's like it's another wake up call. Dang, I'm practicing against the Indianapolis Colts. I'm practicing against the Baltimore Ravens. It's not oh, I'm going against Maryland anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a wake up call and a different look into the game of football. And so when it comes down to Saturday, we just got to go out and shine the same way we did today. So.
Was today validating?
Was today validating? Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It showed me that I got so much more. Like I said, I got so much more that I can bring to this game, and I'm just a rookie right now. So.
Thanks, guys. We gotta go for coach.
What I expect out of the game on Saturday night is basically just to come out there and just do my assignment and try to win as much as I can. Same thing as always. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. No problem. Appreciate it. Safe travel.
Everybody take a step back, please. Everybody take a step back, please. All
right, I'll just say this first. I'll save you guys. So, we had a lot of guys get banged up, small things, come off the field. I got to check the injury reports, but we'll play several starters, a small amount on Saturday. The toll of 2 joint practices, pretty physical joint practices. I know some guys asked me yesterday, hey, there was a little less energy. You watch the film, it was by far more physical than it had been. So really good work yesterday today. So we'll play several of the starters. In terms of Sam, we're leaning towards playing him. We'd like to play him, just making sure we have the full complement of guys around him that can help him. So I can't offer really any much more than that, other than that's really where we're leaning, and hopeful that we'll have enough guys healthy to be able to do that.
How long do you think Sam will play?
Not real long. Yeah. If that, I mean, series to 2 maybe. And really, we're trying to trend towards, that Steelers game's a short turnaround. So it's 3 games in 12 days. It's really unique. So that Steelers game's really the time where we're planning on getting the most work. But would like to get some work this week. But I mean, really, like the amount of looks we saw today. I mean, that's a full season's worth of different blitzes that we saw. Really pleased with the offense today, up until the very end. Some of the just max 0 blitzes. One you got to block it up, and one guy's got to win. And didn't hit the home run ball, but we ran the ball really well today, protected well today, and some of those young wideouts made catches across the middle that we haven't been making. David Morrison made some catches outside that we needed, so much improved in terms of the throwing and catching versus a really strong, difficult defense to prepare for.
Is the health of Cam Irving part of that factor?
Everybody, just everybody, yeah. Like who's he throwing it to, who's protecting for him, all of that.
Any updates on DJ?
I have no. DJ got hit yesterday in the back and went down that. There's like that embankment between the two fields. And DJ's an absolute warrior, man. Like a lot of guys would say, Coach, I can't go today. He came out here, he warmed up, and he went, and then he got hit and just tightened up on him. So he wanted to keep going. Like he's not happy when I said, hey, you're done. I mean, DJ wanted to keep practicing. So if we can all have DJ's mentality about getting on the practice field, be good. But I cut him down. I really wanted to see those other guys too. I mean, really happy for Omar Bayless today. Terrace Marshall made more catches. David Moore. I don't want to leave anybody out, but it was just significantly improved. And I had some conversations yesterday with some of the wideouts, and it was some of the rookie wideouts. It was interesting. I mean, this is interesting. I was in college football. Some of these guys, this is the first time they've ever been in a huddle and heard a play call in their life. They've been in no huddle offenses since they were yay big, and they've been getting things signaled to them. And so that auditory process of hearing the play call, getting a picture in your head, is just something we have to continue to work on. But it was great to have conversations with guys like, why are you great in the meeting room, and then it's just the speed of it. So it was good to see those guys get a chance to do the work and have some success today.
Matt, 5 takeaways for the defense over on this field. What do you think about where they're at as camp ends, and you think they're ready to kind of make the next step from last year?
Well, we're definitely better than last year. I think defensive, and I didn't see it today, right? I'm watching from the other field. I just kept seeing guys running down the field. But I think they're playing much harder, much more physical. Some of the additions, some of the development of guys. I think the biggest thing we have to do on that defense is, some of the things we have to do on defense is just eliminate the, hey, well, I thought this, I thought that. Getting everyone on the same page. No excuses. Elite accountability. Great defense means everyone does their job and trusts their teammates to do their job. And so that was a focus, I know, coming out of yesterday into today. And, it looked like it was, the results were pretty good over there.
Matt, J.C. Horn, I think Scott Fitterer described him yesterday as an alpha male. And I wonder if you could speak to that a little bit. And then also particularly today about, he seemed to really engage in, I guess, kind of a fun shouting match with the Ravens. He's got a lot of personality.
Yeah, and I'll let Scott's words be his words. Like, I'm more of a action, type of a guy. I'm more like turn the tape on. How are you playing?
Oh, yeah. Well,
but I want to make sure I say this though. Yeah. I do love the fact that JC loves playing football so much that he loves to talk and have some fun. Like I'm over on this field with these guys. I mean, it's a bunch of great football players for the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm having fun. Deshaun Elliott, Coach Rhule, that's a sack. Like we're having fun over there. It was great just to be around a bunch of guys that just wanted to practice football and do it the right way. 2 days over there, we had no fights. It was just, there was a little, when I say fights, no melee, there was a little pushing and shoving, but everyone was smart with each other. So I just think JC grew up in this. You know what I mean? He loves the game, loves to prepare, loves to practice. He was so angry last week when he wasn't playing in the game. And, he's having a little bit of fun, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to his preparation level has been really good. Taking care of his body has been really good. The thing that I have to make sure everyone understands is these rookies, some of them only played 4, 5, 6 games. Some played no games in college football last year. They had no off season leading into that year. So this 17-game season that we're about to enter, plus 3 preseason games, plus whatever comes next, that's a long stretch. So these guys have to be pros. And I think JC has all that so far. He's been the total package. He just has to do it day in and day out for a really long time. But from what I've seen, I'm really excited about it. So
Matt, it seems like much of Sam's work this camp has been the short intermediate routes. Will you kind of turn him loose a little bit more as the weeks come on, or is it
Yeah.
Or just trying to keep everything consistent?
And I wouldn't even say that respectfully. I think we've tried to throw the ball deep. We've called it deep. We haven't always connected on them deeply. I think sometimes in camp when you have camp legs, some of those balls, like the guys that run 4-3 start to run 4-5, and Sam's throwing the ball where it should be, and they're kind of, you see balls grazing off guys' fingers down the field. So I think we've thrown it down the field. Really at the end of the day, most NFL deep balls are guys running across the field and catching balls at 18 to 22, and so. I think with the guys we have, we hope that we can establish the run game, make people come up, play run defense, and throw the ball deep and throw the ball down the field. But our defense has made it. When we play against our defense, they're not giving those deep balls up. They have made a commitment to, hey, we're going to force you to have to check the ball down. And we check the ball down to Christian McCaffrey. Good things will happen. So I think Sam's development has been really, really good. I think it's been across the board, getting us in the right checks, protections. And today, there were some really hard looks. There were some mistakes made by everybody. One thing I know about him is he usually goes in there and really grinds at it. I mean, we'll break camp right now, and I know he'll be in there first thing tomorrow morning watching the tape, seeing, hey, what can I do to improve?
Matt, you were really complimentary of C.J. Saunders earlier. Does he continue to impress you, and what does it say about him considering his journey?
Yeah, I mean, he probably hasn't made as many plays, and I think part of that's probably just, who we're going against and the opportunities. But I think C.J. is a guy that's that shows up, that is a good punt returner. Last week was really, our defense either got turnover, we took the ball away 3 times, or the ball was punted in, negative territory. So we never really got him or David to get a really good punt return with blockers. But I think CJ's a good football player. I think he's going to find a way to make plays, and I'm anxious to see him play Saturday night. I'm hopeful that he can get a chance to go attack the ball and make a play.
Did anyone on the defensive field tell you about Davion's day?
I talked to the team in there. Davion's a very big personality, and he's great. You should hear him sing. He's an amazing singer. So I said, I looked over, I saw Davion running down the field, and they said, Coach, he had 2. I said, oh my goodness. And so as he walked off the field, I said, hey, Davion, no one cares. And he said, Coach, no one cares until I get my hands right, my first step right. So he's going to be a really good player. He's a really good player at Iowa. Really good personality. And so it's just the rookies. The rookies are still, to me, in rookie mode.
Your point, he needs to keep working on.
Yeah, all the rookies. They make some plays. We make it, everyone salutes them. We all want to talk to them. We want to put them on, and then they come out the next day. They have to be great the next day. My thing is just consistency is the truest, measure of success. And so, really the truest measure of a man, as it said. So, just trying to be consistent day in and day out. Let something bad happens, let it go. Something good happens, let it go. And so, I'm sure they're getting that message.
We asked you this about a week and a half ago, but maybe a handful of guys that you thought that's how we wanted it done this camp.
Yeah, if you say, hey, that's how we want it done, you could look at like Frankie Louvu. You'd look at, I'll stay away from the starters because the starters, those are the names everyone knows. But you'd look at like Frankie Louvu, you look at what Marquise Haynes. You would look at, I don't want to leave him about Sean Chandler. You would look at, you look at a lot of ways at like Chuba and what he's done. He's just playing on special teams. C.J. Saunders we talked about. Mike Horton's a guard, and we say, hey, can you we lose a guy last Friday, can you snap? And he snapped. Now, some snaps have been on the ground, but he's in there in his hotel room snapping. There's a lot of guys that are what we're looking for. So.
I know Spencer got a big run in the 11th period, and also had some big runs in the game. How much is he kind of making that decision difficult?
Yeah, well, I think as we say, your greatest ability is your availability, right? And so if Spencer's out there day in and day out, so we know he's a good runner. There's so much more to being a running back, blitz pickup, running the right routes, and playing on special teams. And so Spencer's trying to develop in those areas. But you can see he's got the fundamental gift of running the football. So I think he's got a good future. These preseason games for guys like him are really, really, really important.
Have you been happy with how you have seen the rookies develop so far?
Yeah, very much so. I think we have a really good rookie class, both drafted guys and undrafted guys, and a lot's being put on their plates. Like Deontay Brown, sprains his ankle in the game the other day. He comes out here, he's playing right guard, he's playing left guard, he's playing versus good players. He's out there blocking Calais Campbell. I mean, we're not out there with, always the starters out there. We're out there and we got young guys, but you know what? That's what they need. So I'm happy with the rookie class, but they have got to continue to do it for a long time.
Speaking of availability, Taylor had to play a lot at left tackle today. Is there a point where you got to, if Cam, I guess he was dinged a little bit, is there a point you got to say, hey, that's twice now, we got to make
No. And I understand from your guys' perspective, that's like a thing you guys are talking a lot about, but we're going to go with our best 5 when we have them. And if a guy goes down, that's the other best 5, right? And so, we had different mixed combinations last year. That's why we practice where we move guys around in practice. So each week it'll be, hey, who are our best 8 up that week and who are our best 5. And, Taylor's getting more and more comfortable on the left side, which is good. But when Cam's out there, Cam's been excellent so far here these 2 days. So when he's been out there, he's played really well. So, we're not a big Veterans Day outfit. We do it, some of them. But, so some of these guys, when they get banged up, I just hold them a little bit. Say, hey, hold him. Johnny wasn't out there today. And that was a pretty good day for us. We didn't have Johnny out there. We had Cam limited. DJ limited, no Robbie. So pleased with a lot of the young guys. The guys that are fighting for spots out here, a lot of guys showed up. So I'm anxious to watch this tape.
You're going to miss Marquise for very long.
Yeah. And it's a unique thing. It's not going to be anything that'll be long term, but it just needs some rest. So it's just I won't even go into what it is. Yeah, but it's a unique thing for him that he has. So it'll be a week to 2 weeks, and we'll be smart with it, bringing it back because it's the preseason.
I think there's some other coaches in the league that say that if you do enough of these joint practices, that the need for preseason games kind of goes away a little bit. Do you feel like you guys have gotten enough out of these joint practices that makes the preseason games that much less important?
Yeah, we've got more physical, hard one-on-one reps than probably. I don't know if any other team did 2 joint practices. Some of them might have, but that was today. I don't know how many reps that was, but that was long, and that was a lot of practice. So to come out here for 2.5 hours, 2 days in a row, versus that caliber physical of a team, you'll never get that in a preseason game. Normally in a preseason game, you go like a series or 2 the first game, a quarter the second game, and a half the third game. You come out of the preseason with 100 reps, maybe 80 reps. We have well over that in 2 weeks. So the thing that you don't get is the operation, and again, that's what we're using the Steelers game for. We'll try to get some guys out there this week just to make sure we have that. But our greater health and the long-term health of our team is really important to me as well. So I want to get this work. I don't want to get guys banged up. So that all goes into these decisions.
Is that operation stuff that you need to work on coaching-wise?
Oh, everybody. Yeah, everybody. Just getting the play call in. This year we went out for the game. The NFL has new headsets. So like every coach was out there practicing with a new set of buttons. Some of these guys have been in the league coaching the league for 20 years. They know where it is. They don't have to think about it. And all of a sudden now there's a new Bose headset. So every little thing, where we stand, warm up. For a lot of us, there was no. Not only were there no fans, which we can't wait to have the fans back, but there was also no people on the sideline. So now there's 100 other people on the sideline. So getting used to all that is important. That's what preseason's for. The coaches get those reps. Now, hopefully the players will get a few reps here on Saturday. And a lot of the young guys, though, I'm anxious to see them go make the team. Some guys last week really made a jump from in my eyes. So that'll happen again Saturday. Appreciate everybody. Thanks for being down here the whole time with us.
couple of steps back and give us a little space. Darren, please, everybody. I got a picture of how the Ravens, how they gave their coach some space. We'll do a film review.
Yeah. Phil, it's got to be good to close camp the way you guys did, turning the ball over the way you did today. Is that just a sign of the progress you guys have made this camp?
Yeah, we are making progress, and you know that you look at their offense, and they really run the football, play action, boot, and all that, and so they were doing some things today they normally don't do, right? So, but yeah, we're getting better at what we're doing. So that was good to see the turnovers today.
Ready to move Nixon, the cornerback?
What's that?
Ready to move Nixon, the cornerback?
Oh, there you go. How about, we'll never hear the end of him now.
Tell us about that and what you've seen out of him.
Well, you know, when we drafted him, we knew we were going to get a big athletic guy. He's got really long arms, and so we're excited about him. He's getting better every day, and he's been fun to coach. So, you know, I think he's got a bright future here.
Phil, he was saying he dropped back into coverage on one of them. Is that something that you thought, looking at him at Iowa, he'd do well for you guys?
Yeah, you know, we have some athletic front guys so that we can utilize them a little bit more in coverage and try to disguise things, who's coming and who's not. And so we're trying to, you know, utilize what we have. And so that's why, you know, we're doing things like that.
Phil, can you talk a little bit about J.C. Horn's progression and also his personality?
Well, you know, J.C., he does not act like a rookie. You know, he's not intimidated by anybody. And I think, you know, with his dad, who he was and what he did, and, you know, a lot of the things that he brought from his coaches and his, you know, his parents. So, but he's fun to be around. He loves to compete. If you watch him out there, he's not intimidated by anybody. So he's going to get better every day. You know, it was funny. He asked when he first got here, "Is this the hardest defense in the NFL to learn?" You know, because you got to do more in the NFL. So, but he's really gravitated towards everything, and he's fun to be around.
What did you answer? Is it the hardest?
No, it's not.
How does Jeremy Chin impact the game where he's playing now at safety more than when he was an outside linebacker?
Well, you know, Jeremy still, we have to utilize him still in the front. You haven't seen that yet, but we will during the course of the season. We'll move him around because Jeremy, he's an impact player when he's getting after the quarterback and blitzing, and he's close to the line of scrimmage. So we'll utilize him both back there and up. My biggest concern is I can't use him in too many places where it confuses him. So that's my big, you know, my catch-22 with that. But, you know, we've got to utilize his talents.
What's your opinion of how the pass rush has done so far, especially, you know, with the way they look at the game?
You know what? So last week I was really looking forward to the Indy practice because of their offensive line, and then 3 or 4 of them were out. And then, you know, obviously this group here, that's not their forte is pass blocking, right? It's, you know, they run and play action and boot and do those type of things. So I think, but we are getting better rushing the passer. I think you can see that in practice, and we're making big improvements there.
Phil, with the injury to Perryman, is linebacker one of your kind of concerns as you guys leave camp here?
Yeah, you know, the depth of linebacker, sure. You know, and maybe we need to play more 6 DBs, you know. So, you know, it depends on what we have. And so, you know, we'll evaluate that. And, you know, Scott will keep getting us the best players he can. And then we'll just mix and match and do what we, you know, that week what we have, we'll utilize.
Phil, is there anyone who's really impressed you during camp? Someone that's really stood
I
out?
think a lot of guys have. You know, we've gotten better as a unit. So I think we still have to play faster and harder and more physical. And, you know, that's my job to continue to do that with the whole defense. So I think if we can continue to grow in those areas, we'll be fine.
What has Keith Taylor shown you so far?
Well, Keith's another guy. You know, Keith's not really, you know, he lines up against anybody and he's not nervous out there at all. You know, normally when you look at a rookie, especially a corner, you know, they can get nervous out there. But I don't see that. He gets right up and bumps and wants to play bump. And so, you know, I've liked what I've seen from him. And he's actually better playing off than I thought he would be because he played a lot of bump at Washington. So that's new to him. But I think he's showing good progress.
Yesterday, Scott said that KC is an alpha, and that you guys need more of that on this team. Is that something you can instill in guys, or at this point, you either got them or you don't on the roster?
You know, yeah, you know, when you get a certain age, people are who they are, right? And I think if the guy's not an alpha, you can't make him. You have to work with what he is. And so you don't have to be an alpha to be a great player. I mean, there's guys that aren't alphas that are great players. So the guys that are, we'll try to utilize them in that way, and guys that aren't can show leadership and other qualities that they have. So we just continue to do that and work with everybody.
How much has Derek benefited from having DeQuan next to him?
Oh, a lot. DeQuan's a pro, just in the room, in meetings, and how to take notes, and how to show up and do individual every day and all those things. We've added some good pros. I wish AJ was practicing Boye, because he's really a good pro, and Melvin is. And so we've added some guys in the rooms that are helping us that way.
A lot of the focus for pass rush goes on Burns, Reddick, Haynes, the interior pass rush. What have you seen from your guys over the first few weeks of camp?
Well, what's really fun. Morgan Fox is a good rusher on third down inside. I don't know if you watched him the last, 4 practices against Indy and the Ravens, and then we have Etor that goes inside. So, we're kind of manipulating, and so it's kind of a fight to see who gets on the field, and so we've made it really competitive. The 4 best rushers are going to play, and so and we'll move them around wherever we need to.
Do you like some of those guys inside more than you do outside?
I do. Like Morgan Fox is really good inside. He's really quick. He's 270, so he's not quite big enough to play in there versus the run, but in the passing game he is. So he's fun to watch. Now, we will play him inside in all packages. But, and Etor is really quick inside. He's long and gangly. So, that's fun when you can move players and they can do different things for you.
Who are those best 4 right now?
Well, obviously, Hassan and Reddick or Burns can rush, right? And Marquise Haynes was making great progress. And then, you have Fox and you have Etor and even, Jones keeps telling me, Snow, now don't, he wants to rush. I said, all right, I'll give you a shot. So, all those guys are in the mix and they're all fighting. But here's the deal. You're going to get fatigued during the game, so you got to have a rotation of 8. And so they're all going to get to rush it, in different places. So I don't think, you can play anymore, just 4 guys for a course of a game. So, that's a good thing to have.
Has Etor kind of been developing the way that you would hope in his second year?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's getting bigger and stronger, and he's so young. He's going to get better and better every year. I think over the next 2 or 3 years.
What was the message for taunting out there today?
What's that?
What was the message for taunting?
Taunting?
Taunting is the penalty to get out there after one of the picks.
Oh, that one. They're having fun. I'm not saying anything. And now, if it costs us in a game, that's different, right? But we good? All right. Thank you, guys. Yep.